Good afternoon, all. It's a Saturday noon, and we are just a week away from the Diwali festival. While the whole business community is busy in collection and last moment project completion, presence of all of you is very encouraging for both the societies and perhaps speaker too. Welcome to the webinar on how to win high values clients using LinkedIn in just 15 minutes a day by eminent speaker Mr. Neeraj Shah, jointly organized by Rata Ahmedabad chapter and Isha Ahmedabad chapter. Welcome, sir, for being with us today. My name is Prashant Pathak, and I am Secretary of Rata Ahmedabad chapter and President of Asia Ahmedabad chapter. I am pleased to welcome Mr. Urvisha, who is President of Rata Ahmedabad chapter. Welcome, Mr. Urvisha. Along with him, we have Mr. Sanjay Basantani, who is our Vice President. Welcome, Mr. Sanjay. We all have heard about social media marketing, and many of us might be active on many such platforms. However, for the professional or the business owners like us, LinkedIn is a great tool to boost up our sales in right type of clientele. To give us an idea about the possibilities about generating high value sales through LinkedIn, we have eminent speaker Mr. Neeraj Shah with us. Let me introduce Mr. Neeraj Shah, as his LinkedIn expert, social selling strategist, digital marketing coach, business mentor, business mastermind, author, keynote speaker, and he helps consultants with high value business on LinkedIn. Neeraj Shah is a LinkedIn expert and a digital marketing strategist. For the last 16 years, he has been working with the entrepreneurs and consultants to attract and convert high value clients by becoming titans in their chosen niche. He grew BNI, a business networking group, from zero to 10,000 entrepreneurs across 28 cities in India. He helped these entrepreneurs use business networking to generate over US dollar 450 billion in revenue, and that's huge. He's the co-author of the BNI Handy Guide to Networking and a contributing author to the number one Wall Street Journal bestseller, Masters of Success. Mr. Neeraj is the founder of Titan Masterminds. He is one of the top 20 mentors on the Genius platform that serves a community of 1.5 million entrepreneurs globally. He runs masterminds to power successful entrepreneurs to become a titan in their chosen niche. He helps clients digitally pivot, amplify the performance of their business while tearing down the barriers holding them from going to the next level. And there is many more things which I can narrate about Mr. Neeraj, but that is going to contain the whole separate session for the same. And so, without doing further ado, I would wish Mr. Neeraj to present us the presentation of today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much to the team at Rata. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the wonderful introduction, Prashant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. One side, I'm going to run a presentation, and then every now and then I will switch on to actual LinkedIn Live, because I think it will be more helpful so that you can see. And just this week, they must have been waiting for Rata to hold this webinar, because they've completely upgraded the entire look and feel of LinkedIn. So we're very happy. They must have known that Rata was going to be doing this. So પક્કા લોકોએ ફાઇન રીતે બધું ગોઠવ્યું છે. So chalo, let's get started. I'll share my screen. Give me a second. Let me do entire screen. That will be easier. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah. Here we go. So I'll step in every now and then and just check in with everyone. Just if you can type in wherever you are logging in from today, so you can let us know whether you're seeing this on Facebook, on YouTube. Just let us know. That would be great. So how do you win high value clients using LinkedIn? This is what we're going to really cover. And high value is anything from 10 lakhs and above. That's what I'm looking to help you do. So in case you and I are not connected on LinkedIn, okay, so this is where you need to go: linkedin.com/in/Neeraj R Shah. There's an R there in the middle. Okay. Now, in case you have your mobile app for LinkedIn, then you can actually go. There's a QR code. And how do you access that? Okay, I'm going to just teach you something new. If you open up your LinkedIn app on the phone, and you will see that there's a little in the search bar in the top right. There's a little QR code. If you click on that and point it your camera to the QR code that's there, then you and I will be connected automatically. So this is a nice thing that you should have in your business card. Maybe at the back of your business card, you should put this. You could even put this in your email signature. And this is a nice, simple way in which people are then able to connect with you from your network, because we're always on email, phone, things like that. And this will help us easily do that. Okay. So I look forward to connecting with all of you on LinkedIn. Okay. So why LinkedIn? That's a question that I get asked many times, because we have Facebook, we have Instagram, but why LinkedIn from all the different ones that are there? LinkedIn now actually has more than 690 million. The latest figures that we just got from LinkedIn is over 720 million. And out of the 720 million, 65 million are from India. Okay, 65 million. So it's huge. So India actually has one of the biggest LinkedIn populations, so it's Europe, US, and India. And then China also has close to about 50 million. So this is a great place for you to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs and decision makers. Now, 4 out of the 5 people on LinkedIn are decision makers. That means that they are at some senior corporate level and they're able to make a decision. Okay. So, which is great for all of us, because all of us actually want to deal with decision makers. This will be something very nice. 41% of all dollar millionaires are on LinkedIn. So we not only have people who can make decisions, but at the same time, high net worth individuals. So it's a deadly combination, and it's the right one that we want for the kind of projects we want to really go after. The other thing that I've noticed is that you get great organic reach. What does organic reach mean? It means that how can people get to see your content without you having to pay? Like on Facebook, it's become a pay to play platform. If you want, even if you have a large following on Facebook, to really get your post to be seen even by the community that follows you, you have to end up paying Facebook. So LinkedIn is one of those places without having to pay a single cent. I'm showing you everything I'm showing you today. You can do on the free version of LinkedIn. Okay. So nothing to pay. You don't have to go for LinkedIn Premium. You don't have to go for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Just on the free version, you're going to be able to get all of this. Now, the last reason I love LinkedIn for this one reason, you can get hyper targeted. And I'm going to show you a live example of that. You're actually going to be able to connect with someone according to their job title, the kind of industry, all of those particular things. And that level of connection you can't get anywhere else. Doesn't matter what other network there is out there. Okay. No one will give you this size, breadth, and depth. So you can go right down to location, specific city, country, job title, previous company, current company, all of those particular things you're able to drill down into. And for that reason, you are able to build up your network in a very strategic, organized manner. Okay. And typically, people from the air conditioning field would be wanting to talk to builders, want to be talking to architects, interior designers. I'm going to show you how easy it is to find those particular people. And beginning you can then become very visible and credible to those people, and as a result, you will be able to turn them into then clients. So when it comes to lead generation, there's a marketing company called HubSpot, and it did a survey where it looked at 5,198 companies. Some, about half of them were B2B companies, so dealing with businesses only, and the others were B2C, so they were trying to get the end customer. Okay. In both cases, LinkedIn, has outperformed Facebook or Twitter. For lead generation, you get a 274% lead generation. So it is the best network for lead generation. And unfortunately, most people don't know how to use it. Okay. When we were talking about organic reach, again, I did a survey on this, and this is what I found. I even sent it to my email list, so I didn't just put it on LinkedIn. I put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. And this is what we found. You can see that 78% of people are saying that LinkedIn is giving them much more organic reach. Okay, so what I want to put across to you is that LinkedIn is presenting an untapped business opportunity for business owners, especially like you, small and medium-sized business owners. Okay, now don't miss out on the opportunity simply because you don't know how to use LinkedIn. Okay, and just to let you know, when I moved here to India to start BNI, the business network, I only knew one person. And one of the things that I ended up doing is using LinkedIn. And I moved here to India in 2004, June 19th. We started the first chapter on the 4th of November. So it's just literally been a couple of days, since it would have been the 16th anniversary of BNI in India. But one of the things that I ended up joining LinkedIn on the 9th of February, okay, of 2005. So I've been on LinkedIn for that many years, 15 years. So I know how to use both offline and online networking. And some of the things I'm going to teach you, no one else out there teaches you because they haven't had this level of experience. I built the network from scratch, and now I think it's close to 40,000 business owners right across India. Okay, so what ends up stopping people from using LinkedIn? Typically, when I ask, there are three reasons that stop them. Number one, they don't know how to be visible on LinkedIn. Like people can't even find them. LinkedIn is a search engine. Like you have Google as a search engine, LinkedIn is a search engine. Even if you type in your name on Google, it will be your LinkedIn profile which will come up number one. Even if you have a good website, you're active on other social media, you will find that your LinkedIn profile will come number one. It'll be on the first page and the first thing. Okay. So how do we become visible in the right way, both on Google and LinkedIn? Number two, they don't know how to approach people. It's like when we first started BNI in India, people didn't know when they're networking at a networking function, face to face, how to introduce themselves, how to get the conversation started. So, there's a particular way in which you need to approach people. And lastly, how do you turn those connections into clients? We used to say contacts into contracts, but like in LinkedIn, it's known as connections. So how do you turn those connections so they don't just remain connections, but actually turn into clients? Okay, so I'm going to help you answer all these particular three questions with very specific things to do. It's going to be very much a how-to webinar. Okay. So there are three profit levers that we need to have in place. Okay. One, you need to optimize your profile. And I'm going to get into 5 very specific things that you need to have on your profile. And I'll also show some of these things live. Second thing, who is your perfect prospect? How do you find them? How do you connect with them? Okay. Because if you don't build your network up in that way, you'll end up wasting time. Okay. But if you build it very specifically, then you will have a very profitable time on LinkedIn. Okay. And finally, lastly, it's, how do you end up messaging people so that they want to connect with you and want to end up becoming clients. Okay, so we will cover all these three things in detail. So let's get into the first part, which is, how do you get a killer LinkedIn profile, or what I would like to say, an all-star LinkedIn profile. I'm going to just check in to see how everyone is doing. Okay. Prashant and team, just let me know, is everything okay? Is everyone able to hear me, see my presentation?
Yeah, it's
Everything
going
good?
perfectly well, sir. It's going perfectly well.
Okay, good. Just making sure of that. Okay, chalo, let's continue. So let's help you get the profile right. Okay, imagine, COVID was not there and we were attending a networking function. Okay, wouldn't we want to be dressed right? We wouldn't, if we know that there's going to be high profile people there, wouldn't we want to be dressed properly? Wouldn't we want to have our business cards? Wouldn't we want to have a small introduction ready so that when people ask, what do you do, you're ready with that? Okay. You should have some conversation starters. Okay. So all of those particular things we can have on LinkedIn. And the best thing is that LinkedIn works for us. Our LinkedIn profile works for us 24/7. Even when you are sleeping, people are going to check out your LinkedIn profile. And if it is set up in the right way, it will end up making the right first impression, and you'll be amazed. People will want to reach out to you, connect with you, and even become clients of yours. Okay. So, how do we build credibility quickly? Okay. And why do we want to optimize your profile? First, as I said, if you do a Google search, and try this out right now, if you do a Google search with your name, you will definitely, if you're on LinkedIn, you will see your LinkedIn profile come up first. Why? Because LinkedIn has completely optimized itself for Google. So this is amazing. We end up wasting money on SEO, our websites, and yet we don't pay attention to our LinkedIn profile, which is what we should be doing at first. I'm not saying the other two are not important, but if you do all of these things, then you are more likely to make a great first impression, and people will end up finding you when they type in air conditioning specialist, sales and service, whatever. Next, there is LinkedIn search, and I'm going to show you how to find prospects, but other people will be searching for you as well. If you are not using the right terms, you will not be found. It's basically search engine optimization for LinkedIn. And then a statistic I want to share with you, 67% of B2B buyers will check your LinkedIn profile out before buying. So it's such an important part of the buying cycle and process. So we need to make sure we are put it together in the right way. So these are the 5 things I want to make sure that you have in place. You have a great profile photo, you have a profile banner, you have a great headline, you have a great about section and recommendations. I'm going to go into all of these in detail, so don't worry. I'm going to show you examples. Okay, so LinkedIn photo. Okay, profiles with a professional headshot receive 14 times more views, 9 times more connection requests, and 36 times more messages. That's insane. Just by me having a photograph and the right type of photograph. Okay, all of these things happen. Okay. Now, these are the kind of headshots I'm talking about. These are all clients of mine, okay, and all from different industries. But all of them, apart from the last one, is dealing more. Actually, all of them are dealing with B2B. Okay, so one is from e-learning, one is doing corporate gifting, the other one is dealing with education and universities. Okay, so these are the kind of headshots we want. Okay, now let me help you break it down. What makes these great headshots? Okay, it has to be like a passport size format. Okay, the circle that's there, your head should cover 60%. It should not be more body, but 60% should be your head. Okay, you should be dressed appropriately. Okay, how would you expect to meet your best number one client? Dress in that particular way. Okay, if they would expect to meet you in a suit, then be in a suit. Okay, um, if you're a chef, I'm just giving an example. Okay, if you're in chef attire, that makes sense. Okay, you want a neutral background at the back. Okay, no writing or anything like that, and you want to look directly in the camera, and you want to smile. Smile is the best cosmetic that anyone can apply. Okay, so you want to have a smile. Okay, so looking directly at the person. So these are some key aspects that you want. Now let me help you with something which is very, very cool. Okay, photofeeler.com. You can actually upload your photo on photofeeler.com. Okay, and you can get people to rate you for how likable you are, how competent do you look, how influential do you look. People will actually give you feedback. So then you can do multiple photos. You can rate their photos. They will rate your photos, and you will get feedback. Otherwise, say if you're um, active on Facebook or something, you can ask people who follow you that you can put up 2 3 photos and say, okay, A, B, or C, which one do you like? Okay, and you'll find that there'll be one which will be a winner. So that's the one that you want to end up posting. Okay, now some LinkedIn photo mistakes. No group photos. This is your personal profile, and even if you have a company page, your personal profile has 10 times more visibility than your LinkedIn company page. No out of the town group photos. Okay, it might be fine for Facebook, Instagram, something like that, but here it's the professional photo. Okay, so number one. Number two, the gentleman in the middle running a marathon. Okay, even if you're a fitness enthusiast, okay, don't put that here. Have a professional headshot. Okay, how do you want to appear at a business networking function? Okay, number three, top right. Okay, that's too dark. Looking too intense, looking angry. No good. Okay, bottom left. Uh, you don't want to have that. Like your wedding photo picture or something like that. Okay, it might be good for your Facebook profile, but not here. If you are a doting parent like I am, okay, even a picture of your newborn or with your kids, again, might be okay for Facebook, but not here on LinkedIn. Now, the one on the bottom left, I mean, bottom right, sorry, someone must have gone on a nice holiday and this was the view from the villa. Very nice, very good. On Instagram, it might work, but not here on LinkedIn. Okay, so don't make any of these mistakes. Okay, now next we come to something called a profile banner. Okay, so where is the profile banner? It's this in the middle. Okay, it's a big piece of real estate that LinkedIn is giving you, which can allow you to brand yourself. So this is a client of mine, has done very well. Okay, top left, just above his photo, he's got his logo. Okay, uh, in the right hand side, he's got who does he help, how does he help them, and then underneath that he's got two keywords. So in this case here, helping senior corporate professionals and business owners create wealth. Who do you help and how do you help them? So take for example, you help architects and builders, with um, hassle-free air conditioning or whatever the case may be. Okay, then at the bottom, he is a stockbroker and a financial planner. What are two keywords, three keywords maybe you want to be known by? Okay, and I'm going to show some of this, how I've used it on my profile as well in a moment. Okay, so here he's used stockbroker and financial planner. So what are some words that you want? Air conditioning specialist, I don't know, refrigeration, projects. What is it? Okay, so you want to have some of those things. Okay, here's someone in the corporate gifting side. So they've used it here in this, and this is nice. The Giving Tree is their logo, so she's put that on the right, so it's not being cut at all by her photo. Now, a lot of people, remember, they will actually see your profile on a mobile phone. They will be using the app, and what happens in the app is that your photo comes in the middle. So if you're putting together some banner, then you want to set up the artwork in that particular way. Now, here's mine, and you're able to see here, business mentor, LinkedIn expert, etc. These are key search terms that I want to be found. Okay, you'll also notice that there are some pictures of some famous people. If you know who those famous people are, then it will actually build more credibility and trust. So we're using all of this to amplify authority, credibility, and trust. Okay. In fact, this is my old one. I'll show you my new one in a moment. Okay. One mistake I don't want you to make is this. Actually, this was the old thing, but basically just having a blank banner, having nothing. Okay. So either not having your profile photo or not having a profile banner. Okay. So two action points. Number one, update your profile photo and make sure it's in the right way. And then also update your profile banner so it amplifies your credibility. Okay, next, this is super important, especially if you want to use LinkedIn as a search engine to find clients, or clients are looking, potential people who could buy from you are searching LinkedIn right now. There's 6.7 billion searches, billion with a B, being done in a year on LinkedIn. Okay, you want to make sure you show up in search. How can we make sure you do? You need to make sure your headline is set up in the right way. Okay, and LinkedIn has a search algorithm, and we'll talk about the algorithm a little bit later. Okay, so here you can see, like, this is where the headline is. Okay, I don't want you to end up putting here, like CEO of your company name, managing director, founder. Okay, think in terms of key search terms. So here, I want to be found for these things: LinkedIn expert, social selling expert, digital marketing coach, all of those things, business mentor, okay, keynote speaker. And then here at the end, you can see here, I put there, I help consultants win high value business on LinkedIn. So it's a very short, sharp statement in terms of it's your elevator pitch. When you go to a networking event, what's the most common question people ask when you meet someone new? What do you do? So, you have to be ready here. So I help, who do you help? And then how do you help them? Okay, what's the end result that people want? Okay, so it's very important you get these right. So this is how you want to frame I help, and then insert the target market. In our case, it would be probably builders and architects. Okay, to do what? What's the end result, the desired result that the target market wants in relation to your line of business? Okay, so if we put that, then we will stand out from the crowd. Okay, now things you don't want to make as a mistake are, don't use your title. You can see I've not even bothered with my title. You can put your title later next to your company name and things like that, but not in the headline. Don't use TLAs. What are TLAs? 3-letter abbreviations. So the other day I was talking to people about SMEs, and I was talking to this professor. I was talking small and medium-sized enterprises. He was talking subject matter expert. They're the same, SME, but they mean something different for different people. Okay, so don't confuse people. Use layman terms. Don't use industry jargon. Okay. So one of the things that people typically need to end up doing is revising the headline with relevant keywords. So that's another action point. Okay. Now, if you've done all of these things right, then people are going to get interested in wanting to read more, and they will start to read your about section. It used to be called the summary section, but now it's called the about section. And if you go to my profile, you will see this as my about section. Now, there are a couple of key things here. First, it is set up in short paragraphs. LinkedIn now, it's just updated it. It used to be 2,000 characters. Now it goes up to 2,600 characters. Not words, but characters. Okay. So a space is even considered a character. Emoticon is also considered a character. Okay. So what we want is we want short paragraphs. We want to use the full length of 2,600. Think of this like as your personal website. Okay, how would you describe yourself? And like, I've got these short paragraphs, what I do, how I do it, why it works, the services I provide, where have you seen me? Okay, types of businesses I work with, what others are saying about me, ready to talk, connect with me, and then how they can get in touch. And then at the bottom, I've got some hashtags which I want to be found under, because you can use search in terms of hashtags, or you can use search in the search functionality. The most important thing I want you to understand is that the entire thing is written for your best number one type client. So if you're looking for architects, then the whole thing is set up for architects, interior designers, builders. Okay, it's always prospect facing. Okay. Again, the about section, people should read that and think, you know what, this is someone who's very accomplished in this air conditioning field. Okay. We want to reach out to them. Okay. Okay, mistakes not to make here in this about section. This is not a CV. Now, the problem is that when initially LinkedIn started, it was like a job posting type website. So people were putting their CVs, their resumes. Okay, but and now things have moved on dramatically. Okay, and particularly since Microsoft bought LinkedIn for $26 billion. Okay, they now it's become a real business networking platform. Okay, so this is important. Okay, again, don't use industry jargon. Don't write in third person, write in first person. I help, not we help or Neeraj helps. Okay, that's no good. Okay, people want that personal connection. Okay, not using up all the 2,000 characters. Okay, in October they updated this to 2,600. Okay, so things are constantly changing. And finally, missing a call to action. What's the next step you want them to take? Do you want them to WhatsApp you, call you, click on a link, visit your website, reach out to you on LinkedIn? What is it? Be very clear what you want them to do. Okay. So again, pay special attention and revise your about section. Now, quickly, I want to just show you on LinkedIn itself. Give me a second. Okay, so here you can see now I've got mine updated. Okay, so there's a photo here, and I've got a distinctive blue color ring around it. So again, it stands out. Okay, it's got a great banner, and then here business mentor, LinkedIn expert, etc., and my logo. Okay, here now I've ended up in the headline putting some emoticons, so just it makes it a little bit more stand out. Okay, and then in between I've got this like standing line, so just it differentiates one from the other. Okay, and here you can see initially people will only be able to see your first two sentences of the about section. And then if they're interested, they will see more. So that's why it's so important. You have to get your elevator pitch right. Okay. So what I do, I help entrepreneurs, consultants, and sales leaders double digital sales in 90 days without wasting time, tech overwhelm, and spending a fortune on marketing. If people are interested, what they're going to do is they're going to end up clicking more, and you can see now how the thing is set up. And what I suggest with you is, connect with me online. Okay. So let's keep it moving forward. Okay, now one of the ways you can let people know I'm so amazing, I'm so good. Okay, but there's something else which is more powerful. When other people from your trade, clients, other architects, interior designers, builders say good things about you. Okay, that's where the LinkedIn recommendation comes. Okay, and that's social proof that you are good based on what others say. And what I like about this is that people are able to click on that person's LinkedIn profile and actually see that there's a real live person here. Okay, so here you can see I've given someone. I've received a particular testimonial, but I want to just show some ones that are there on my. Okay, so let's scroll down. Okay, so here you can see here people are giving me specific recommendations all about how I've helped them with LinkedIn. And one of the things that we're going to look at is your LinkedIn social selling index score. Okay, which it's the algorithm of how you're using LinkedIn and how well you can do. The higher your number out of 100, okay, the more business you will be able to generate, the more you will appear as a credible expert. So, here you can see I've received 53 recommendations. Okay, and if you click on show more, so are people saying good things about your expertise? Are people who are relevant to the target market you deal with saying these sorts of things? Are they well-known people in their particular field? Okay, so here these are all people who are well-known in their field, they're great networkers, etc. So someone that people here in India would know is Dr. Akhil Shahani. Okay, so again, he's very well known, not only in Mumbai, but right across. Terry Vinson is actually one of the top coaches. She's in the top 3. I think she's the number 2 top coach in a particular, the Genius U network, which serves 1.5 million entrepreneurs. Now, when someone like her is saying good things about me, it carries much more weight. So it's so important that, we've got to, do that. Okay, let me come back. Okay, so how can you do that? Typically, you have to ask for recommendations. People don't just wake up one day and go, "Oh, I'm going to give Neeraj a recommendation." So, ask for recommendation. You click on this, ask for recommendation. Okay, and that's how you can do that. Now, get in touch with 5 people. Make sure you're connected to them on LinkedIn, and then reach out to them. Either they can be current or past satisfied clients, and ask them for a recommendation. Okay, so these are the 5 most important things. If you get these 5 right, okay, your profile will be it will be in the top 5% of all profiles worldwide. Okay, and I've just given you literally the step-by-step way in which you can get it. So just want to check in with people in terms of how they're getting on, and I hope they're getting on well. One thing I put together, if you found this of value, okay, if you go to this particular website, lp.neerajshah.me, lp.neerajshah.me, you can see that there. Okay, you can get this free ebook, okay, which is the ultimate LinkedIn profile checklist. 8 specific steps, and it literally will show you with screenshots what to do and how to set things up. It has pro tips on it, and everything. So this is my free gift for you guys. And if you found what I've shared of value, and remember, if people Google your name, your LinkedIn profile is going to turn out number 1. Okay, so you want to make sure it's optimized in the right way. And if you do these 8 things, you will become an all-star profile. Okay, so I hope that's good and of value to everyone. Okay, now let's look at perfect prospects. How do we find your perfect prospects and engage them on LinkedIn? First, you've got to know how to find them. So, you need to know how to search. Okay, and you've got to be clear about your target audience. Then you've got to visit their profile and see what they are also doing. Are they the right kind of people? Okay, you gather intelligence, and then what you do is you make yourself visible to them by commenting and engaging with their posts first, even before sending out a connection request. Okay, so I want to show you when I was saying that LinkedIn is super powerful. Okay, so you can actually type in for, say, if architect is someone that you are looking for, okay, then what you can do in the search functionality, you can type architect, okay, and say if we want it, here if you check filters, okay, now here it's showing job results, but say we want people. Okay, now it's beginning to show me that there is over 4 million search results. All these particular people are architects. Isn't that amazing? Like 4 million. Okay, and now right now, if we want to find in Ahmedabad, okay, then I apply the filter, and you can see 5,300 people that I've been able to find. Okay, and then and these are all kind of I can make sure they're second degree connections. So what does second degree means? That we have someone in common that we know. Okay, so it goes down to 754 connections. Okay, so we have people in, so here like this particular lady, Bhageshri, there is Naveen, who is a shared connection. So, when I'm reaching out to Bhageshri, I can say, hey, we're connected to Naveen. Okay. Now, Nitin is someone I know very well, so I can specifically say, hey, Tanvi, I'm looking to connect with architects. I see Nitin, who's a good friend of mine, is also a common shared connection. That's why I'm reaching out to you. Okay. So can you see how powerful this suddenly, becomes? And, there's many different things that you can end up doing here. Okay, so now I've said, go visit their profiles, begin to see, what they are doing, and then you can begin to engage with their posts. So once you engage with someone's post, then what happens is LinkedIn lets them know that, oh, someone liked your post, someone commented on your post. So then what happens is you begin to become visible. If you leave a thoughtful comment on their post, they're definitely going to, you are going to become aware. They will know you. And then when you follow it up and say, hey, we've been interacting on LinkedIn, and I thought I would reach out to you and connect with you, add you to my network, people are definitely going to say yes to you. So I hope this is making sense to everyone. Now, one key mistake, don't sell. Okay, often what I see people doing is immediately once someone accepts their connection request, they immediately send, oh, this is what I do, this is my brochure, this is my website. You need to have some chit chat. Okay, let me help you understand it from a networking perspective. Say you go to a face-to-face networking event, you've just met someone, they've just introduced, and they ask what you do, and it's like, you, instead of finding out more about them, what you do is you just give them your brochure and start trying to sell to them. It generally is not going to be taken very well. Okay, the equivalent from a relationship point of view is that, you're trying to, you've just met someone and then you're proposing them for marriage immediately. It may work. I'm not saying there aren't people who've done that, but typically you're going to end up with a slap on your face. Okay. I mean, if you like someone, then what's the next thing you want to maybe do is you want to get on a first date. Then if, then a second date. And then if, you couple of dates, things are going well, then, you might look at engagement. Then once you get engaged, then you'll be looking to set the marriage date. So it's like one step at a time. Don't try and jump the steps. And what happens is that people end up, you can end up burning your network. It turns people off. Too many people are currently using LinkedIn in this wrong way. And if they approach me like this, I typically just unfriend them. I remove them as a connection because they haven't understood how to use LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is a sophisticated network. Okay, it's not like Facebook. Okay, you get really quality people here on it. Okay, whoever's on LinkedIn is very serious. Okay, they understand business networking. Okay, so don't come across as an amateur. Okay, just because you make these mistakes. Okay, so one of the easiest ways, the ninja tactic, is comment, like, visit their post, mention something positive about their post or their profile that you liked. Okay, read some of the articles if they've posted, all of those particular things. Okay, and then when connecting, always send a personalized connection request. Okay, so take for example, if I'm connecting here, here when I click on connect, okay, it says you can add a note to personalize your invitation. Okay, so here you want to do that. You want to click on add and then hi Rakesh. I'm expanding my network of architects. Okay. And your name came up. And I see Naveen Gorecha is a mutual connection. Please accept my connection request. It's short, it's personal. Okay, and then send. Okay, and it's very likely to be accepted. Okay, and then you're able to begin to build your network in the right way. You're building it strategically. Now, say if I do go, okay, and I can have a look at her particular profile, okay, and looks like she is not very active, because in terms of posts and things like that, it's not there. But I can see here interest. Okay, she has particular interest. Now, if those are some things that you're interested in, or this Zaha Hadid architects you are following, or you worked at a similar place, or you have an expertise in a similar thing, or you work, then you can mention that. Okay, so it just makes it much more easier to connect. Okay, so let's come back here. Okay, so now I've shown you how you can easily find people, begin to identify the right people, begin to visit their profiles, gather intelligence, figure out whether they're the right people for you to connect with, and then begin to engage with their posts or articles, leave comments, and then reach out to them, send them a personalized connection request. Now, if you do this every day, then like say you are reaching out to 10 people every day, okay, and out of that 3 people accept your connection request. Okay, so then in a week it'll be 18 to 20 new people that have been added. In a month that will be about 80 people added, 80 to 120 people added. Okay, isn't that a great way to be able to grow your network? And you're doing it in a very organized, systematic manner. Okay, now let's see how you're able to turn connections into clients. Okay, and this is how you generate high value leads and grow your revenue. So people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And you can't just jump from know to trust just like that. Okay, so it has to be a process, and this is the process of social selling on LinkedIn. Okay, now in BNI we used to talk about this process of visibility. First, they have to know you exist. Then they need to become aware that yes, not only you exist, that you are from this field, but you are credible in that field. You're doing really good projects. Okay, and then that will lead to profitability. So you have to have these steps, and you can't miss the steps. You have to go in sequence. What is the easiest way in which you can do that is by beginning to post regularly on LinkedIn, because these posts begin to start conversations. So if I end up posting on someone's profile, like say they have put a post and I put a comment on that post, it starts a conversation. Okay. You can share value. You can, if you know that there's one particular problem that generally exists, or something that's overlooked by many architects when looking at preparing projects, then if you share that, then that's sharing value. People like that. Okay. Um, Content can be used to build trust. When I'm showing you recommendations, when I'm showing you people that uh, uh, projects that I've done, and I've got a slide deck maybe of a successful project together with a testimonial, okay, that's going to build trust. Okay. You can use it to demonstrate your expertise, use it to educate people that you really know what you're doing. You can use it to develop relationships. When you congratulate someone, when you wish people a happy birthday, all of those things are developing relationships. And if you're doing all of these particular things right, then you will also have top of mind awareness. When they think of your particular business, you will be able to generate business. Now, you can even have direct posts that can help generate business. Okay. So let me show you some kind of posts which have worked. This is like a short content post. It's just simply asking a question. And you can see that this has had some 2,000 views. This is a long post. So again, no picture, just text. And funny enough, LinkedIn likes just text. Okay. I'm going to show you some of the best types of posts. Okay. And here, how do you tag? You'll notice that Titan Masterminds in blue, Ashwini Kukreja in blue, Abhijit Sansgiri in blue. Okay. When you use the @ sign, okay, and you begin to type their name, and if they're on LinkedIn, then the name will show up. And then when you press enter, so this is a great way to tag. Okay. Now this again got a couple of thousand views. And one thing I put here at the end, because I run these sorts of events, okay, if you'd like to attend our next mastermind meeting, then type mastermind below. So only people who type mastermind, then I know are interested in finding out more. They're qualifying themselves that they're interested. And in fact, this particular post actually generated a lead, which actually that person now has become a client and has joined my mastermind. Okay. So, this is how some simple things can happen. Okay. This one I like, a quote and photo post. So, LinkedIn doesn't like just generic photos. They like, if you've done some custom, photos. So again, this one became a post in marketing. And of course, one of the things I'm known for and I want to be known for is marketing. Okay. Digital marketing, etc. So this is very marketing related. And I've tagged here the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman. And this particular one is using a hashtag marketing. Okay. Now, marketing, because it's relevant to this, and sales, again, this is something linked, lead generation, all of those things. So I'm using hashtags to be, to increase my visibility to the right people, because there are people that are actually following hashtags. Okay. And this became a trending post in the marketing. Okay. So suddenly people began to know me as an expert, and there were tons of comments and all of those things on it. Video posts, they work really well, but don't put YouTube links. Okay. Why? Because YouTube links go outside of LinkedIn. Okay. Microsoft owns LinkedIn. Google owns YouTube. Google is a competitor of Microsoft. So what they will do is, if you put a YouTube link, they'll dumb down the reach just won't be there. Okay, even if it's the best quality and amazing video, and on YouTube, it's breaking records, and whatever the case may be, it's gone viral, but it won't do its job on LinkedIn unless you put that same post as a native post. You actually download that video, the original video format, upload it on LinkedIn. Okay, and you can see here, this is just a 16-second video, but it's got 15,000 views. Okay. I want to just show you, there's one post which is working really well right now, and it's called a document post. And I had one of mine which kind of went viral. And particularly since you guys are looking at marketing, I think you should look at it. It's a document post, and I'll show you what I mean by a document post. Okay. So this one, you can see here, it's had some, almost 27,000 views. Okay. So here it's a PDF that has been uploaded, and it's looking at the top 5 marketing trends of 2020. Now, you see these arrows. If I keep clicking on it, or I swipe left, okay, then, it's very easy to read, even if it's on a mobile screen. And it really delivers value. It educates people about what's really working. And then here, want to upgrade your marketing, type in upgrade. So there's a simple call to action, and again, it just helps. And here, if I click on view, it will even tell me how many reactions, where people have, come to me for, and etc. What's their position, all of those things. You don't get this sort of data anywhere else. Okay. Now, I work with a lot of IT companies, so it's great that this, look, TCS, Cognizant, Accenture, Infosys, Capgemini. Okay. And, they're all like, a big chunk of them are salespeople, but a lot of them are, kind of some executive director or consultant. Again, these are like my key target markets. So, it's like I'm creating the right content. I have a network full of those people, and this is catching traction. And you can see that a lot of them, are from, majority from Mumbai, but Delhi is a good. So you can begin to use this in your hashtag, okay, and say Mumbai or Delhi, or because a lot of people do search based upon your specific location. Okay, so this is another one. Check it out. I'm not going to take you through, but the world in 2030, 8 future trends that every business owner needs to know. Okay. So it's really good stuff, some of the latest thinking. And I've been following some of the best futurists in the world for the last, 10 years. And that's why, I brought BNI here before BNI kind of was ready. I knew that there was going to be this big wave coming, and I was able to ride that particular wave. So this is important for your business. Okay, so some action points here. Look to post at least 3 times a week. Post during working hours. Figure out, based on your network, which ones get the most engagement. 9 o'clock in the morning is good, and tag the relevant people, and even use the right hashtags. Okay, so these are some things. So I hope all of you have understood that now. If you've not been active on LinkedIn, that LinkedIn is definitely for me. and I should definitely become more active on LinkedIn because I'm otherwise missing out on the best business network there is in the world, and I'm leaving business on the table. And as I know, because I'm talking to good Jews, I'm a good Jew myself. Like you can't leave money on the table, Baba. I mean, that's just not done. Okay. So, reach out to me. You can connect to me on this, neerajshah.me. Okay. And, if you want, if you've done some work on your profile and want to reach out to me, then there's a particular neerajshah.me/growth, and you can book a time with me and we can do a profile review for you as well. Okay. There is a little free gift, and I'll just open up for Q&A in a moment. Okay, just want to show you something. I want to show you the LinkedIn's algorithm. Okay, so how can you find the LinkedIn algorithm? There's a particular site you can go to called linkedin.com/sales/SSI. Okay. If you go to linkedin.com/sales/SSI, and you will get this particular scores. Now mine is 76 out of 100. Anything above 70 or above is good. Okay. And you will be able to generate a ton of business. Now I'm, it's showing here, I'm in the top 1% across my industry for, the whole of LinkedIn. And I'm in the top 2% for my network. Now, why am I not here 1%? Because in my network, some of the top LinkedIn experts in the world are in my network. Okay, so I've got very stiff competition, and a lot of people in my network are like thought leaders or really successful business owners. Okay, so I'm competing with the best of best, but I like that, and my goal is to help take this to the top 1%. Okay, so this is something that's really interesting. Now I'm going to stop sharing so that we can have some Q&A, and I can check in with the team here. So Prashant, how am I doing? Do you think what I've shared has been of value?
Absolutely yes, absolutely yes, and this has given me also great insight. And to your surprise, I also had done posted the flyer of this event on
Yes.
on LinkedIn, and I could
Yes.
find that 122 people like that. And when I
Yes.
with detailed report out of that, I was surprised that which companies are looking to it. Now we've got a
Yes.
few questions also in our way to come, but then I would request Mr. Sanjay Basantani to take this question and answer on. And over to you, Sanjay, for taking question and answer, please.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you. Neeraj bhai, that was a fantastic session we had. And I have got we got some basic overview of LinkedIn and how to really use it to our advantage.
Yes.
I'll start with few questions that I have received. Some are
Yes.
basic ones.
Yes.
One of them basic is what if people don't respond to your request of connection?
There are some people that are not on LinkedIn every day or every week. Okay, so some of them check in LinkedIn every month. So what I suggest you do is wait at least 4 weeks. Okay, and at the end of the month, if someone has not responded back, then what you do is withdraw that connection request. Okay, so then what happens is you don't have too many outstanding connection requests, and you're only dealing with people that are active. Now, if you visited their profile, you'll actually be able to see that, are they posting, how active are they? Okay, you'll be able to see. Now, if
Right.
you are like the lady I gave you as an example, she's not very active. So I'm not expecting her to even accept that connection request. But if I'm visiting someone who's active, who's doing some post, even not doing their own post, but liking and commenting, okay, then we're very likely to get a good response. And, clients of mine have even gone up to a 50% acceptance rate. So for every 10, they will get a 5 if you follow these rules.
Great. One more question is like many a times while asking for a connection request, it prompts us to go to a paid version. How do we overcome that?
If you're doing that, then that means that you haven't understood how to use search. And what's happening is you're hitting the commercial search limits, and LinkedIn has never made it public that what is the commercial search limit. But basically what happens is you will get this little prompt and saying you can't do any more connections right now, and you have to literally wait a month until it resets. So until the next month, and then it resets, and then you start doing it. So then that means that you are a very heavy user. You may also not know how to use it correctly, and you're using it in the wrong way, and then therefore hitting commercial search limits. So, we use some very advanced search techniques, which people who are used to databases use, and therefore we will always remain underneath our commercial search limits, even if we're using the free version of LinkedIn.
A question from one of our HVAC trader community is like people who are owning a retail shop. Is it good to
Yes.
use LinkedIn for a small retail shop or a spare part supplier? Does it help?
Yes. You can do that. I found it to work for both B2B and for B2C. I think what you've got to identify is that who are the kind of people that are most likely to drive traffic. So take, for example, if there is a architect that you've been working with and they keep on referring a lot of their clients to you, okay, then connect with them on LinkedIn, begin to see who are some of their connections, begin to connect with those people as well. That will be a more smarter way of growing your network, and begin to then create attraction to get those people to come in to your shop.
Okay.
And
One more
and,
question
and you
is
can have you can have some posts which specifically say that, okay, if you are running a specific campaign, saying like we will look at any we're doing sales and service this
right,
month, okay, so we're having a special just for this
special
month,
offer.
yeah, then so you put it in a post, and then get people to type in sales and service, then you'll know that people are interested, and you can drive traffic to the shop.
Right. One question is whom to tag when we get such a kind of report of companies who liked us. How do we tag the person?
So because you know who they are, what you want to do is you want to see, it's even telling you the kind of positions. So, a number of the people were executive directors, but the others were like salespeople. Okay. So then I would begin to see what are the titles of the sales team leaders in those companies. So then I will begin to connect with those people directly, saying that, look, this particular post has gone viral with people in TCS, and I'm looking to connect with people who are sales leaders in TCS. So that puts the context, and you can put a link to the post as well, and say, hey, for your reference, I'm putting in the post, and I thought it would be nice to connect.
Right. One more question is how do we tag people? Basic one.
Yeah, tag one. So take, for example, I'm gonna quickly just show you on. So say I wanted now do a post. Okay, so I go to home. Okay, and here say because I'm doing a post. Okay, and then I do the @sign. Okay, and then like say Ajit is someone that I know. Okay, so then here you can see I've started typing his name, and make sure it's the right person. So yeah, it is Pure Blue. Okay, so now Ajit is tagged. Okay, and then that will appear as blue once the post is posted. But right now it will appear in dark bold.
Neeraj, I'll intervene. Your screen is not shared. If you can do that.
Okay, sorry. Okay, oops. Thank you so much. Yeah, give me a sec. Okay, so let me come to LinkedIn again. So here I am. I'm in my feed, and I say want to do a post. So start a post. So I click on start a post. Okay, and then I do the @ sign. Okay, and then you'll begin to see people's names begin to come up. Then I put in Ajit. Okay, and here I make sure it's the right Ajit. Then I'll click on it. Now it will appear right now in bold. Okay, but once the post is posted, their name will appear in blue. So that's how, and they will get a notification that I've tagged them. Okay, so that's a simple way in which to do it.
Okay. One more question is:
yeah, go ahead.
should we accept a connection request from a competitor? Your view.
That I think is something that you need to consider from a personal level, whether you are confident. There are some people, take for example, I work with a lot of people who are from financial services, and they work with other people who are competitors, and they even have groups where they know each other and even potentially work together and share best practice. Okay, so if you feel that you have a good equation with them, then you might do so. If you are really cutthroat people, competitors, and then maybe you don't want to do that.
True.
Okay, so I think you've got to use your judgment.
Right. Thanks, Neeraj. I suppose I'm done with the questions that we have received. I'll now invite Urvish Shah, President of Rata Ahmedabad, to give a vote of thanks and conclude the session. Anything specific, Neeraj, from your side?
I just wanted to quickly just share my screen. Just give me a second. I have a YouTube channel, so you're able to get a lot of business growth related stuff here. So you can see that. And if you go to my website, neerajshah.me, we have a really cool profile test, which you're able to take. So it will actually even give you a score on your profile. It asks you a few questions, and so some really cool things that we've developed there. So that's it from my side.
Thanks, Neeraj. Over to Urvish bhai.
Okay. Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you very much for a wonderful throughout 360-degree informative session. Right from the basic, what is LinkedIn, એનું શું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ છે, કેવી રીતના તમારો ફોટો સેટઅપ કરવો, કેવી રીતના બેનર સેટઅપ કરવું, કેવી રીતના અબાઉટ યુ લખવું, એમાં શું ભૂલો નહીં કરવી, and recommendation, how to search on the LinkedIn, all the aspects are fantastically covered. Very good session. Thank you very much to come on the Rata platform and sharing your knowledge with us. See, અમે લોકો નાના વેપારીઓ છે. We are the MSMEs. LinkedIn ને એ બધું બહુ we smartly we don't use, but when the speaker like you comes on our platform and shares your knowledge, તો એ અમને ઘણું હેલ્પ કરે છે અમારા બિઝનેસને એક્સપાન્ડ કરવા માટે. So thank you very much for coming and sharing. I'm sure કે જેટલા viewers છે આ program જોયો છે, they all might be taking something, one best thing, get back on the home and use it for the marketing or being visible, connecting people on a LinkedIn, target people on a LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, look, 65 million people from India on LinkedIn, and 4 out of 5 of them are active daily. You can't ignore that number at all.
Correct.
And you just show me live. Like if I do architect, in Ahmedabad. Like how many people showed up. That level of search functionality is not anywhere. And this is for free. You're not even having to pay for it.
Correct.
So,
And to
sir,
the-
with all your, sir, sorry to interrupt, but with all your permission, can I have a last question, please?
Please.
Yeah.
So while we do any comment or when we like someone post, is it considered as one of the heat and can exhaust the available limits to us?
No.
Okay, so that's endless.
In fact, LinkedIn loves you commenting. And what will happen is that your SSI index will begin to actually go up because they see you as someone who's a very active member of the platform. So actually, it will have a very positive impact on your SSI. And as a result, they will make you more visible compared to other people. So definitely do that. It's not a negative thing to do. But obviously, leave positive comments. Don't end up leaving some galis or something.
Okay. In the end, to the participants, તમે અત્યાર સુધી જોયું હશે કે રાટા અમદાવાદ is organizing one webinar or informative session, and ISRE Ahmedabad chapter is a supportive association for that. Or ISRE Ahmedabad chapter is organizing association and Rata Ahmedabad is a supporting. But this is the first time this program is jointly organized by Rata Ahmedabad RRC and ISRE Ahmedabad chapter. I thank Mr. Prashant Pathak, who is the current president of ISRE Ahmedabad chapter, to join the hands with the Rata. Thank you very much, Prashant bhai. Thank you very much.
Same to you, sir.
And if all of you find a value in attending this kind of informative sessions organized by Rata, then please join us. Be a part of Rata. Family Rata is a HVAC and our trade association. આ એક ફેમિલી એવું છે કે જેની તમે સ્ટ્રેન્થ વધારશો તો we are more visible with the government also. We can bring our voice to government and we can definitely influence or give a correct vision for the HVAC and our policies to the government. So join Rata. To join the Rata, અત્યારે નીચે લાઈવ પેલા એની અંદર કમેન્ટમાં છે કે join the Rata, visit www.rataindia.com. So that's all from my side. Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you, Prashant bhai. Thank you, Sanjay bhai.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great Saturday. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Everything okay? Good?
Yeah. Good.
Awesome.